Anthony, I hope you are well.
I am. I'm at the Canadian Council meeting for the CLC with a bunch of national union leaders, and I had to duck out of the meeting to do this, so I'm hoping it comes across well. Thank you for your time.
No problem. We'll begin timing you as soon as you begin to speak your presentation.
Thanks very much. I'd like us to all start to think about public transit in our city as an investment rather than simply an expense. Not every service provided by the city is revenue generating or even revenue neutral. Like the bus, we need sidewalks for our most basic form of public transit, and users don't pay a fee each time we use them, or we don't have to buy a pass for the sidewalks. Instead of thinking about revenue in terms of dollars and cents, we need to think about the investment value we get back from public transit and how that value could be expanded exponentially by making it more accessible and more affordable. Investing in public transit isn't just an effort to allow more people to ride buses for a cheaper rate. Every dollar invested in public transit impacts affordability, accessibility, helping to fight back against the climate emergency, helping to widen options for affordable housing, helping to mitigate the social determinants of health, helping to mitigate food insecurity, and helping to destigmatize poverty. The added value for every dollar invested in public transit and its use impacts not just riders, but our communities and city as a whole. CareFair seeks to start the discussion about more affordable and accessible public transit by asking Council and the HSR to focus on 4 groups most impacted by the cost of public transit in our city. We propose over the next several budgets that Council initiates the research necessary and examines the feasibility of bringing a no-cost fare option to the following groups. 1, students 17 and under. 2, anyone 60 and over. 3, anyone on ODSP or OW. And 4, anyone with a disability. All K-12 students would be eligible for free transit instead of just the minority who qualify now. Approving CareFair for this group would prevent students from walking up to 3 kilometers down busy streets during rush hour to get to schools, and it would help prevent clogged residential streets around schools as parents drop off and pick up their students from schools every day while their cars are idling. It also removes barriers for students who cannot afford public transit. Every student who is 80 or older is already eligible for free public transit in the city, and any seniors over 65 can get up to a 60% discount on the normal bus pass rates. But we propose to bring the age down to 60 and make it on a ride-for-ride basis. Approving CareFair for this group would allow many seniors to consider using public transit instead of buying a new vehicle as they get older. It would also reduce the cost for gas, insurance, and parking while allowing for mobility and accessibility. Seniors experience fixed incomes sometimes for decades, and the impact of affordability is felt most prominently by them. By tying OW and ODSP to a CareFair rate, someone on OW or ODSP would only have to share their status perhaps once a year or maybe twice a year to get a Presto card, which they would just have to tap when they came onto the bus and wouldn't have to show any kind of ID to show that they actually were on OW or ODSP. It removes the stigma of being on OW and ODSP to be used by these people. And let's face it, when some people get part-time jobs or full-time jobs coming off of OW, they already get money clawed back. Now they have to pay for transit. That's more money clawed back. They sometimes end up in a worse place than they were when they were on OW. We've yet to determine what's the best method for the group that is seeking just disabilities, and we will be working with our partners like the Disability Justice Network, but we know that many people with disabilities fall outside of ODSP, and we want to make sure that we have those people covered as well. I want to mention that to date, the CareFair proposal has been endorsed by the following community groups: the Just Recovery Coalition, Environment Hamilton, the Hamilton Transit Riders Union, Disability Justice Network of Ontario, YWCA Hamilton, Hamilton Community Benefits Network, Hamilton Centre for Civic Inclusion, the Council of Canadians Hamilton Chapter, the United Way of Halton Hamilton, Hamilton 350, and Hamilton Tenants in Unity, and also the following labour groups so far: ATU 107, the United Steelworkers Area Council, Hamilton Wentworth Occasional Teachers Local, Unifor 5555, OSSTF District 21, Congress of Union Retirees of Canada, and the Solidarity Place Worker Education Centre. Anyone can sign on to support this proposal at carefair.ca, and we hope that today is the kickstart of a long-needed conversation about making public transit a major focus and a major investment in just recovery, accessibility, and affordability in our city. I appreciate the conversations I've had with many of you around this council table and look forward to continuing those conversations and taking the time to meet more of you very soon. Thank you for your time, and I will certainly take any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Marco. Are there any questions? Seeing that there are none, Mr. Marco, we want to thank you for appearing, and we wish you well in the council in Ottawa.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next delegate, Councillor